Hi there, I'm Heather Plett from Sophia Leadership, and I am in one of my favorite places in the whole world. I'm in the middle of the Carol Shields Labyrinth, which is just across the river from my house, and you're going to have to excuse the sunglasses because it's really sunny out here, and if I weren't wearing them I'd be squinting at you, so this will have to do. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about coming to the Labyrinth and what this is for me. It's a place that I come to regularly when it's nice out in the summertime, at least. I come here probably once a week, and sometimes more if I really need it, because sometimes I do really need it. And it has become a priority for me. It's one of the most important parts of my week, coming here or doing something similar. It's not always coming to the Labyrinth, but something similar to that, because I absolutely need time for contemplation, time for prayer, time for quietness, time for nature, time for all of those things to replenish me and keep me alive. And I didn't used to realize that. I used to think, I used to put this really low on my priority. If I ever came to the Labyrinth, it was kind of the last thing I did. I sometimes would come late Sunday after I'd finished all the grocery shopping and laundry, and my kids were fed, and I had a few spare moments. I would come here before having to go back to work the next day, and that was sort of, the very last priority of my week. And yet I loved it so much, and it took me a long time to realize that I needed to put it at the beginning of my week, at the top of my priority list. And really, it kind of took an art class to make me realize that, to be honest with you, because I've been in leadership for years and years, and just like every other leader I know, and almost every person I know, I was seriously addicted to action and activity and getting stuff done and being productive and to use a Charlie Sheen term, winning. We all get a little addicted to winning and succeeding and getting stuff done. And so when you're always in that mindset, it's really, really hard to recognize the need to stop, to be quiet, to write in your journal. I always bring my journal with me to the Labyrinth, and some colored markers. I do some doodling, and I do some writing and creative things. Because I realized, and it was when I started taking art classes a couple of years ago, that suddenly I realized the value of stopping, the value of slowing everything down and just contemplating and focusing on that piece of art, not because it was productive, not because it would help me succeed, not because I was an amazing artist, but because I absolutely needed that time to slow myself down and to just be contemplative for a while, be mindful of the space I was in. And that art class really opened me up to a lot of new ideas, and since then I've gone on to do a lot of writing. I've just released an ebook called How to Lead with Your Paint Clothes On, because I think we need to put on our paint clothes instead of our business suits, instead of our things that our sports uniforms, the stuff that's about productivity and succeeding and getting stuff done. Sometimes you gotta just get into the contemplative, quiet art spaces, and I'm beginning to think more and more that that's absolutely the best way to succeed as a leader, and you have to redefine success. It may not look the same anymore, but to get creative ideas out there, to be innovative and really be a change maker, you've got to stop. You got to go to the Labyrinth, you got to take an art class, you've got to do something, you've got to get messy for a while. And so that's my wisdom today. Find something in your neighborhood, a Labyrinth, a coffee shop, someplace that slows you down, or an art class or something, because you need it. Believe me, you need it. And you will be a better leader for it when you do that.